Yeah.
This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. It's 6 o'clock. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. Dark out there, people. Stay safe. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Something. Nothing there, sir. Opening fire! Powering down weapons, sir. We've got company.
Yeah!
7 p.m. here at Radio Freedom.
That's the last of them.
Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
I suggest we take as much as we can carry.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. It's 8 o'clock. You're listening to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
What the? Yo!
Glad to be of service.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Sure you saw something?
I'd be happy to help if I can.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report.
Hey,
I'd rather
Let's go.
accompany you, but it's your decision.
intruder detected. Beginning
It's
search.
9 p.m. Nothing to report.
Careful, sir. I don't think we're alone. Here, over here.
It's called shooting straight.
Violence protocols engaged. Resistance is futile. Over here. The Commonwealth of Raiders is close to providing. A public service. If we keep standing in this radiation, you're going to get sick.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies who only seek to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find him and bring him to justice. People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies who only seek to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find him and bring him to justice. People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come
This
to
is
warn you
Radio
of a new
Freedom,
scourge
broadcasting
who stalks
all
the
day,
innocent
all across the
and
Commonwealth.
destroys my robot allies,
All
only
quiet.
seeks to save
How we like
lives.
it. Stay safe out
This
there.
scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find him and bring him to justice. People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies, who only seek to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find him and bring him to justice.
You don't look like one of the Rust Devils. What are you doing here?
I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent.
Hunting down a radar beacon.
A radar beacon. How very interesting. That's a very specific part to be searching for. And you don't look like the typical part scavenger type to me. I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the Mechanist. If I'm correct, and I usually am, then perhaps we can help each other with our respective predicaments.
I'm listening.
How refreshing. Then allow me to explain.
All quiet.
Now,
Stay tuned.
how can I put this as simple as possible so someone at your processing speed can understand? In order to find the Mechanist, you're going to need more than just my radar beacon. You're going to need access to the facility. I'm willing to provide said access, but you'll have to fulfill two simple conditions. One, you need to get me as far away as you can from these lunatics. And two, find me a new body. Once both conditions are satisfied, I'll gladly provide you with everything you need. Do we have a deal?
This is Radio Freedom.
Deal.
A wise decision. Once we're at our destination, I'll happily relinquish my radar beacon as a gesture of good faith. Now, I strongly suggest you stop loitering in the middle of a hostile location and get us both out of here at once.
It is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
You destroyed Ahab. Well, come on. Let's not wait around for more horrifying monstrosities.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 1 a.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
watch the drip wires. I'd rather keep myself intact today, thank you.
If you find any spare parts, you be sure to let me know.
2 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report.
This is
Stay safe out there, everyone.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
this is bullshit! Come out and fight! Nothing. At least it sure as hell looks that way.
You're tuned to... Nothing new. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Got it. Everything's sounding like footsteps these days.
You really are taking the path of most resistance.
We may have some trouble.
Here at Radio Freedom. Hope you're listening from a safe
Any
place.
idea where they went?
Nothing to report.
I'll cover you, sir. That was amazingly simple.
How much you got left in you?
We may have an enemy nearby. Nothing. Perhaps I have a faulty sensor.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Can you see them, sir?
This is Radio Freedom. It's 4 a.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for...
Nice.
This is Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Certainly. Let's take a look at what you've got.
Based on my limited experience with you, I estimate a 65% chance of making it out of here. Not optimal, An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds.
It's 5 a.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the movement. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
This is the one that ripped my head off. I demand we rip her head off. It's only fair.
Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Had I a body, I would have killed her myself. Oh well. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Good job, human.
Hey,
How may I be of service?
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
That's a museum quality piece.
Good morning, Commonwealth. This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Hope you find what you're looking for.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Thank goodness we are out of that hole. Don't think your job is done. I refuse to cooperate until you provide a body that meets my standards.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All
Hey.
quiet.
Yes.
Stay tuned for
Sure.
Minutemen.
Go ahead and take a look.
Don't take offense to Marcy. She's working through the loss in her own way.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 12 noon. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
It's always fascinating watching you create.
Sorry, I wouldn't be very good company right now.
At least it's not raining.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
You ought to be careful. I can fix most things, but people don't fix so easily.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Never thought a reporter could consider themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful. Do you know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load?
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. It's 3 p.m. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Life still ain't perfect, but we're surviving.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Heads up.
What can I do for you?
Here you go, Ada. The final radar beacon. I'll need that head back when you're done.
Of course. Shouldn't take but a moment. There you go. Still in one piece. I'm not sure why you want the head back. All we needed was its radar beacon. Besides, robo-brains are notorious for being, well, a real pain in the neck.
How we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
We still need it, Ada. I believe it can help us access the Mechanist's facility.
Of course. It makes perfect sense that the Mechanist would not only keep its location a closely guarded secret, but would secure it against intrusion as well. I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I'm afraid when it comes to assisting humans, I'm not doing very well lately.
Don't be ridiculous. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't have gotten this far already.
That's kind of you to say. Ever since I let my friends die in that caravan, I feel like I've been failing in my duties. I chose the route we took the day we were attacked. Perhaps if I had selected an alternate route, they'd still be alive. Sometimes I wish that Jackson had programmed me with my personality mode set permanently to disabled.
You shouldn't think that way. Your personality helps you think creatively.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but it's obvious that having my personality mode on is causing me to make mistakes. I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't happen again. Now I've distracted you for long enough. I'll finish up my calculations while you deal with our new friend, Jezebel. Hopefully, she'll be able to grant us access to the Mechanist's facility and we can put an end to this nonsense once and for all.
busy.
Four o'clock. You're tuned to Minuteman Radio. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. This is Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. This is Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. This is Radio Freedom. It's 5 p.m. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
One day, Sanctuary will be a vibrant community. I've seen it.
This should prove interesting. I wonder what you'll build next.
This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. It's 6 o'clock. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. Getting dark out there, people. Stay safe. All quiet. How we like it. Stay safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Amazing to think these old robots are still running after all this time.
Interesting. This body you've selected for me isn't quite what I had envisioned, but it will have to suffice.
I'm sorry you feel that way. It's the best I can do.
Yes. Well, it's certainly better than being stuck to a machine surrounded by rust devils poking and prodding me for their amusement. Look, it's obvious we don't care for each other's company, which suits me just fine. So, why don't you ask me everything you wanted to know, and then I'll be on my way.
Tell me everything you know about the Mechanist.
Now there's a fascinating subject. The Mechanist. Amazingly adept at programming. A veritable genius with electronics. I'm not surprised you're interested. I've been dutifully carrying out the Mechanist's instructions to help the people of the Commonwealth for quite a long time.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day.
Helping the people of the Commonwealth? You?
Absolutely. It's my primary directive. The Mechanist instructed me to seek out and help the people of the Commonwealth. By my calculations, the easiest way to help a human is simply to destroy it. There's no point in prolonging a laughably fragile life. It's the most efficient way to assist them. Any other effort to help tends to result in numerous complex side effects.
The Mechanist gave you these instructions? To kill people?
Well, not exactly. The specific instruction was to help people. I merely interpreted the most efficient way to perform my duties. Assisting a human to the best of my abilities only affords a 25% survival rate. That means there's a 75% chance that despite my efforts, the human I'm assisting will die from something beyond my control. Therefore, it's better to hasten the human's death and put them out of their likely chance of misery than to deplete my limited time. It's actually quite elementary. But given your minimal intellect, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you don't understand.
Can we stop with the petty bickering and just get to the part where you tell me how to access the Mechanist's facility?
I promised to answer your questions. And unlike humans, I don't have the capacity to lie. It's rather simple, really. In order to gain entry to the Mechanist facility, you're going to need to outfit one of your robots with an MSAT modification. I'll upload the plans to your Pip-Boy device. There. I've fulfilled my portion of our agreement. Perhaps I'll remain here for a while and see how things resolve between yourself and the Mechanist. Purely for my own amusement, of course. I suspect you'll have quite a tale to tell once you return. But then again, I'd be surprised if you ever return at all.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
This unit is currently in factory default mode. Do you wish to enable this unit remaining in factory default mode?
At least now I'll have time to work on my pi to the last digit calculation.
Identity confirmed. This unit is ready to serve.
All systems go?
This unit is currently functioning at optimum parameters. Ready for next command.
Actually, I'll be back later.
Standing down.
It's 9 p.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Looks like the mutants have settled 2 mics north of here, taking over most of the town. They seem to be concentrated in the old Fallon's department store. I led a squad out a couple days ago to clear them out. We were ordered by Captain West to retreat when our squad was ambushed. When we got back, the captain...
Alright, Brainbox. Ivy wants me to find out what makes you tick. So let's get started.
There's no need for that. I'm certain we can discuss this rather unfortunate situation before it gets completely out of hand. Now, what exactly did this Ivy tell you to do?
Simple. She wants me to crack open that dome you have for a head and find out how your brain is connected to your circuits.
Perhaps I can be of assistance in that regard. After all, there isn't much else I can do now that you've removed my head from its chassis. How about we forge some sort of an accord, just between the two of us?
What the hell is an accord? You talking about wires or something?
Right. I need to phrase this so even a dullard like you would understand. Let me put it this way. You need information that's going to make your boss happy.
I need to be alone right now.
Self-diagnostic complete. I'm happy to report
Heads
we
up.
won't be falling apart on you anytime soon.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Keep your distance.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day.
Don't worry.
Across the
I'm not going to hurt you.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. It's just, well, I think I ate a bad can of meat. Okay. Maybe it was 3 cans. Seemed pretty tasty at first, but now it's got my guts all in a twist. And, well, you can probably smell it from there. Long-neck Lukowski's canned meat my ass. Long-neck Lukowski's canned poison, more like it. Here, have the rest of it. I'm never touching the stuff again as long as I live. Assuming I live through the day. Ugh. And if you happen to see that Lukowski, tell him I hope he dies in a goddamn fire. Oh, God. Sorry. Probably better if you get going. If it's anything like last time, it's about to get kind of messy.
3 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. Hope you're listening from a safe place. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Bring me some mutants, and they'll be
Welcome to Grey Garden, darling. This is the Commonwealth's first and only hydroponics facility, run entirely by robots.
Pretty ingenious. I bet you can work around the clock.
Of course, darling. Our unique hierarchy allows for constant operation. You see, there are two kinds of robots here. The worker drones carry out labor and maintenance. We supervisors, that is myself, green and brown, possess sophisticated cognition processors. We are capable of complex analysis and decision-making. A testament to the genius of our creator, Dr. Edward Gray.
What became of Dr. Gray?
Like so many others, he died in the war. It was a terrible loss. Robotics and artificial intelligence were our creator's great passions, rivaled only by his love of television. Perhaps you've noticed that I possess a rather singular personality, as do the other supervisors.
Well, it's definitely unique. Sort of hard to miss.
I'll take that as a compliment, darling. After all, the last thing any woman wants to be is ordinary. A few other things you should know. Talk to Green if you need supplies. If it's caps you require, Brown might have a few odd jobs. There's one other thing. A question, really. Tell me, darling, what do you think of the water around here?
Keep it tuned here for updates.
I'm with the Minutemen. Did you need help with something?
Why, yes. That's what I was getting at, dear. The water. It's simply ghastly. Pressure's down, radiation is up. Why, it's practically toxic. Just think what it must be doing to my skin. This will never do. If you Minutemen can lend us a hand, I'll be eternally grateful.
All right.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. Most of our water comes from the old Western plant, south of here. Such an eyesore. Be a dear and pay a visit, See what you can do. Maybe tidy up the place. It must be filthy. If you can get it working again, I'm sure I can come up with something for you.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Good morning, Commonwealth. This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. All quiet. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
expression, the calm before the storm.
This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 7 a.m. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
My olfactory sensors.
Yes.
You may want to hold your breath.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. It's 8 a.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
lower level.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
That's it.
9 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Nice.
This is Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.